it's getting harder and harder to penetrate the consumer consciousness because they are exposed to so many messages as a result of digital technology. In a given week, they may have 5,000 communication messages fire their way. They'll probably remember 10 to 15. The other byproduct of that is we have attention spans of goldfish. It's like 8 seconds and then gone. So, that paints a pretty daunting task. If you only remembered 10 out of 5,000 and you're going to remember it for 8 seconds, marketers better be pretty innovative in finding ways to connect. And my point of view is that you can't just talk at consumers anymore. I think a lot of folks have discussed participation being a big part of ways to engage. For me, I think that it's a combination of engagement versus just exposure that's going to be essential to successful marketing moving forward. I also believe, it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. It's not just a big punch and that's how you reach consumers. It's a lot of messages adding up over time, which puts a lot of pressure on marketers to be consistent in tone and voice, to find interesting ways in to communicate. But some of the fundamentals don't change. Right? Something creative that grabs your attention is still going to be creative and grab your attention. I think the difference versus 10 years ago is, what do you do with that attention once you have it? Right? I think before the digital era really hit full stride, you didn't do much. You ran it again and hoped you could catch a similar level of attention, versus now it's, how do we amplify that? How do we dig deeper into that consumer and create an engagement that has a lasting effect? And I just look at the Super Bowl the last few years. There was a point, I think right around 2011, where it was the last year of the big reveal spot, and then you amplify after the fact. Most advertisers are putting their Super Bowl spots on YouTube the week before. Right? They realize you have this moment to capture. Why would you wait a week or two to try to put that out to the ether and only work with the other side of it? How can you create noise in front of it? And again, digital channels allow a frequency of distribution, a frequency of engagement, and a deeper engagement that we just didn't have 10 years ago. So I think that's where you start to see a shift in consumer consumption behavior, and if marketers are looking to connect, they've got to follow suit.